All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are continuing our weed sector technical review analysis, looking at SNDL and high tide. So look, I know this does not look like a very good chart, but on last week's video, I think it was last week, but on the last video, I definitely said, look, as long as we can hold 199, it at least gives us a shot to live, okay? And hey, knock on, obviously it got down there and that sucks. But I'm really glad we at least didn't lose the line, okay? So we'll talk about the details shortly, but real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how things are setting up. We have our 5 moving averages, these horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself, and then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, if you can please like and subscribe, it does really well with the YouTube algorithms, but even if you don't, I'm so grateful that you're here, okay? And then real quick, if you disagree with anything I have to say, please throw it in the comments, okay? I am not here pretending to be perfect and all-knowing, and honestly, I would much rather have you correct me than watch my money go down the toilet or like miss a good run that I should have hit, you know what I mean? So it is a two-way street here. Okay, so let's get into it. Again, obviously, going down to 199 obviously sucks, right? But I very much stress the fact that we needed to hold this line, right? It would have been a quick, hard drop if this line was lost, okay? And hey, it's at least doing its job because look at that candle. That's a really scary candle, right? And there's a couple things happening. First off, this red. I like it to go green, but I mean, just under all the moving averages, right? The fifth one's up here. You can really only expect so much to happen, right? So definitely makes a lot of sense that it's going to hit this guy, come back down, and look, all this basically happening on the 99. So it's literally from 2 wicks to actually 3 days. It's just been on this line pretty hard, right? And look, the same comments are still going to hold. Obviously, get over the 8 moving average. That's going to be really good. Obviously, get over those 2 lines right there. That's going to be really good, right? But unfortunately, what I'm looking at is a couple things. One, these two will be hard to get over, right? These are stacked way too close to each other. If this thing is able to get over the 8, and I'm telling you, that's a big if, I don't see it going any higher than that right there, right? It actually kind of lines up with the top of this too. So that really makes that makes the most sense if this thing's going to go up, right? So a little less than 10%, right? Just under that 20. What seems likely though is I think we're going to be kind of going horizontal with this 199 until something happens, right? MACD does not look good, clearly red over green for a good while now and definitely going downtrending, right? This RSI is definitely going downtrending as well, right? It literally was on the 50, now it's down to 25. Obviously, I always say 30 is a low number and 30 kind of signals a turnaround. This bad boy was in the 8s not that long ago. So as low as 25 looks, 8 literally happened, I mean, a couple months ago, right? About a month ago. So 2 months ago, whatever it was, right? It wasn't that long. It was within this window view, right? So if this thing got that low before, hey, maybe it won't get to 8 again, but it could definitely get to like 13, 14 and still like drop a bunch from where we're at, right? So that said, all I'm really hoping is we kind of go horizontal. This kind of goes a little bit lower, and then, hey, I don't know if something will help, but this is now the 3rd weed stock I've looked at, and really all of them are not looking good, right? Almost everyone is trading under all 5 moving averages, just like this one is. All of them are pretty much in a cluster of moving averages and definitely on the bottom. And I mean, so far, everyone's struggling with the 8, right? So it's definitely a lot of bad. I'm trying to squeeze as much good as I can, kind of just highlighting the holding of that line. But yeah, again, I'll show it on the weekly, right? If we lose 199, I got to zoom out a bit, right? Yeah, this is what it is. From 199, it's a quick drop to 140 because, again, let me just zoom into that. All I'm seeing, watch, this line right here is 199 right here, right? All we have is red, and a bunch of green right there, right? And yeah, if we lose this line, it's gonna be a quick drop down. Maybe, what is this number right there, the bottom of that guy? Maybe 189 might be able to do something, but again, 199 I do think is the number, and it could be a real quick fall to 140, and then after 140 it is all-time lows, and that's when just it could get even uglier, right? So look, this used to be a meme stock. This clearly just isn't anymore. And I'm not here to hate or anything, but yeah, I mean, personally, I would not touch this stock until it got over that, until it got over, what's that, the 2-2 candle at roughly 240. At that point, I'll probably just wait for this line, right? But yeah, no, I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to lower this to 240, 239. That's fine. This is where I would enter this stock, and I'm not even going to set an alert on this video because honestly, I think there's we'll do it as we get a little closer and maybe we start breaking. But yeah, I would not touch. I wouldn't even like touch this from here to here, or I wouldn't even touch this from here to here, right? I just think it's way too noisy, and I'd much rather be on that side. So let's take a look at the weekly. Look at that. I don't even have to say it, right? All we are doing is trading under the 8 and the 20. Couple little moments, but yeah, consistently, all we're doing is under these two lines, right? And if you're doing that on the weekly, that's going to be horrible on the daily, right? So not too much good to talk about. So look, high tide, okay? I mean, honestly, it's a lot of the same story from the, I'm going to call it Sandal. I'm not going to call it Sundial or SNDL. It's a lot of the same from the Sandal analysis we just did, okay? Look, you cannot be under all 5 moving averages. That's just a really bad place to be, right? When it tries to do a recovery, when it tries to eat up all these reds, let me just zoom in a little bit more. The furthest, you can't break the 8, right? And look, I'm telling you, if you've watched these videos, I'm not here to hate. I know so many people, so many retail buyers like me, right? There's a lot of love for this stock, and the last thing I want, I'm telling you because I've done it myself. I've lost good money being a fanboy of a stock, okay? And I'm telling you, technical analysis really helped get me away from that. And I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. You know that if you watch my videos. But look, the last place you want is your money in all-time lows. And I'm really, really glad we have not lost this line. Clearly, all we've been doing is dancing on this line for the last, week and a half, right? But what happens after we lose that line? Let me just zoom out. Look, we have a bunch of big red and green candles. All right, and these are super easy to lose. If we lose this line right here, it could be a quick drop to 1 and then an even quicker, because look, all we have is that, right? Maybe we'll stop at roughly 50% of that candle, but again, there's, I said it last week, and I'm not trying to beat the drum again and make it look bad, but just let's take a look at this real quick, right? What am I seeing? I'm seeing the green line wanting to go down even lower, right? You see that, right? This thing on the weekly isn't done going down. That RSI looks like it's ready to go down. And how low was this number? This thing was in the 13s, right? I mean, I'm telling you, there's a lot of distance between 33 and 13. And let's say it doesn't go as low as 13. Let's say it goes just a little higher, right? Maybe it goes to like a 25, a 24. That's still a decent distance down. And we're talking about a weekly, right? So you could have another couple bad red candles. And I mean, look, I don't want anything to go low, right? If you watch my videos, you know I'm a general rooter for up, but so much is screaming like 119 right now. You know what I mean? I think that is the next immediate target on this thing, because look at how long and how much this thing has like done. This thing being that 139 line, right? This whole time it saved it from dropping. This whole time it saved it from dropping. It finally goes away, only to find itself come back, couldn't go as high as that second time, and now we're kind of back here dancing, right? So yeah, it kind of looks like this thing is curving, but it's not really doing an up curve yet at all, right? It's just kind of at least not going down super hard, right? And look, where are we actually today? Did we close lower than this number? Sorry, so this opened at 137 and we closed at 137. We're literally on that line right there. You know what I mean? So there's definitely more bad than good on this chart. I think that 116 might be the next number. What's this 8 at? Let me at least what's the 8 at? 140. Look, if it can break 140, if it can go up a couple cents, maybe there's reason to believe it'll run to like here, give or take, maybe 142, 143, roughly 50% candle. If it could break that, maybe it'll go to 147. I think the highest it would go would be 150. I do not see it getting over that 3, but maybe it can hit either there, either here, or either here. None of those are lines I'm going to draw in this video, right? But again, I know so many people are rooting for the stock. Your hard-earned money isn't a cheerleader, right? It's supposed to be a tool to make you more money, right? So that's why I like swing trading. That's why I like technical analysis. And you know, I'm hoping for you guys, but you know I'm not here to hope. That's not what these videos are about, right? So, hey, if you disagree with anything, throw it in the comments. But yeah, we've now looked at 4 weed stocks, and all 4 do look really bad. All 4 are under all the moving averages, and all 4 look bad on the daily and the weekly. You know what I mean? So trade safely in this sector, for sure, for sure. Hey, have a great one.